Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly as well as there is no issues with the audio or the video, please do let me know, guys. Hello everybody, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please do let me know, guys. Hello everybody, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please do let me know. Great, so everybody is fine with it. Okay, that's amazing. So one more thing that I saw this, like I feel as if like I've been conducting two boot camps back to back right now. I feel like an news anchor or something like that. Like, oh, I'm just moving here, I'm just looking at some of my stuff, and then I'm like, shit, I need to take up one more boot camp. I'm coming back and like, hey guys, so I'm live again. Okay. Great. So, how's your health? So, I have a bit of cough, but I think so I will be able to manage it. I think so. I haven't coughed a lot during the C++ bootcamp. I shouldn't be doing that once again. But yeah. So I thought that that was a funny joke. My jokes are not that funny, but I like try to make sure that it remains entertaining for some of you. I don't know. Okay. Um. Let's learn something new today. So today we are going to, our aim would be to finish off with lists. Okay, lists is a very important thing in Python. If we are able to finish that off today, okay, then we'll be able to start off with NumPy from tomorrow onwards. That is my aim, guys, so that we are able to start immediately. We will be trying to complete lists today, and then from tomorrow onwards we'll be starting off with NumPy. Okay, I think so NumPy will be completed in a day, and then pandas in one more day. So by day 5 will have done everything with pandas and NumPy. Then one day we'll be taking up for learning about machine learning algorithm phalana dhimkana, and then at the end we'll be having the project itself. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Great. Amazing, guys. Amazing. So I will be starting at after like 2 minutes so that everyone is able to join us if somebody is late to today's class or something like that. In the meanwhile, guys, let me know how are you, and like have you like practiced something that we have taught up till this point of time? Did you guys try to practice something that we have taught up till this point of time, guys? Please do let me know. Great. See, the thing with programming in general is that if you're not practicing a lot, then it will be very difficult for you to be good at it. Okay, it's all about continuous practice that you're able to put in. Okay, so try to make sure that you are able to do that as well. Okay, great. So can somebody let me know what have you studied in our previous class, guys? Can somebody let me know what have you studied in our previous class, guys? Please let me know. Can you guys let me know what have we studied in our previous class, guys? Okay, data types, strings, bool. Okay, we have studied about integers, logical operators. Okay, we have studied about okay, data type, rules, print, increment, boolean, float. Okay, great. So you guys remember all the different stuff that we have studied in our previous class as well. That's great. So we'll be continuing from right over there. Okay, so let me just open that up, and we were here. Okay, so I think so we were here in strings. I think so this is the last topic in strings as well, and then we'll be able to start off with our lists. Okay, so there's a lot that is left. I don't think so we'll be able to complete lists today. Yeah, there's no chance that we are going to complete lists today. No issues. So what should we do? Should we skip on strings because that is not such an important topic that we need to cover? Should we start with lists directly? What do you guys say? Should we like skip off strings for right now and just start with lists? Because most of the important stuff we have understood for the basic understanding of lists itself, sorry, for strings itself. List is a very important topic, and I think so that should be taken up on a priority. If something is coming up in our code or in our project that we haven't dealt with when it comes to strings, we will definitely like just revise that again. I will teach you that at that point of time. I think so. Just to save time, we should start off with lists directly, so that we are able to start off with NumPy. I don't want to delay the boot camp any further. Okay. Okay, so yesterday we had gone through some of the basics of like strings itself. That is right now more than sufficient for us to continue further to lists. If there is anything new that we are going to cover up later on, I will just teach it to you guys at that point of time itself. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it. I will make sure that you guys are not facing any kind of problem. Okay, so yeah, we can continue from lists. So data structures. Okay, you usually must have heard about data structures a lot. There are a lot of different data structures in every single programming languages. These are used a lot, many number of times. So basically you have a lot of data at any point of time. You are having an integer data, float data, string data, boolean data at any point of time. And sometimes you need to organize and group these data types together and carry them around. So just think about it as data types, data structures as buckets. Okay, data structures, you can think about data structures as buckets, which you basically use to group different data types together, to organize the data types together, basically data, and to carry the data from one place to other. So you need a bucket sort of structure itself, and that is where the data structures come into place. The official definition of data structures are containers that organize and group data types together in different ways. Okay, that is the official definition of data structures, guys. Okay, a list is one of the most common and the basic data structures in Python. Okay, for those who are coming who have already learned about some other programming languages as well, you can think of a list as very similar to what arrays are in those languages. In Python, you don't have anything like arrays. Okay, you have having a list in Python. Okay, so for example, right over here we have created a list. As you are able to see, creating a list is extremely simple. Okay, creating a list is extremely simple. You name that list. Okay, the variable name of this particular list is, let's say, students with s, that is plural right over here. Okay, and then you are having the entire list of names that you are having. To create the list of names, you have a rectangular opening bracket and a rectangular closing bracket right over here. And inside of it, you are having the objects or the items that you want the list to contain. Sam, Pam, Rocky, Austin, Steve, Banner, Tony, Bruce, Henry, Clark, Diana. So you can contain any n number of items that can be present in your list itself. That is how you create a list. Are you guys able to understand how to create a list, guys? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand how to create a list, guys? Please do let me know. Great. So lists are ordered. Okay, let's try to understand something. Okay, let's try to understand about indexing and all those kind of stuff. Okay, so let's see if we are having a list. Let's say students. Okay, the name of our list is going to be students. So students. Students is equals to Sam, Pam, Rocky, Austin, Steve, Banner. Okay, so these are our items that are present in my list right over here. I'm not putting up the like quotation marks. You can just understand that these are strings itself. Okay, okay. So you can represent. So just think about it as let's say this is the gate. Okay, of a society, and this is the road of the society itself. So this is the road of the society right over here. Let me just make it as a road, and this society contains some houses. Okay, so this is the house, this is also a 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 house. Now to identify each of these houses, there must be some numbering that is there. So we'll be calling the first house as house number 1, the second house as house number 2, the third house as house number 3, the fourth house as house number 4, 5 and 6. Okay, so although whoever lives in that particular house, the houses are being identified by a number itself. The same thing happens with a list, and these numbers are called as indexes. Okay, in list it is called as indexes, indexes, indexes. Okay, so right over here Sam will have it. So Python is a zeroth indexed language, just like many other languages as well. Python is a zeroth indexed language, so the indexing, okay, the counting for the indexing starts from 0 and not for 1. Okay, so Sam will be present at the index, at the address of 0. Pam will be present at the index of 1. Rocky will be present at the index of 2. Austin will be present at the index of 3. Steve will be present at the index of 4. And Banner will be present at the index of 5. Okay, now if I want to get access to Rocky, right over here, then I can just write, okay, I can just write students, as the name of the list, okay, students, students, and then in parentheses, in rounded, rectangular parentheses, just specify the index of the item that you want. This basically means, okay, this basically means that it is Rocky. Okay, this basically refers to Rocky itself. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Great. So this is how your indexing works. Now, these are called as positive indexes. There's something called as negative indexes as well. Now, I hope that every one of you does not has any kind of doubt that there is nothing called as positive 0 and negative 0. Okay, there's nothing like positive 0 and negative 0. It's just 0. Okay, there's no positive and negative zeros. You're having negative 1 and positive 1, but with zeros that is not the case. So let us consider that we want to get access to the negative indexes as well. So if this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the negative would be -1. That will be the last element of your list. -1. Then Steve would be -2. Austin would be -3. Rocky would be -4. Pam will be -5. And Sam will be -6 right over here. Okay. Now, if you want to get access to Rocky, you can get it into two ways. You can use 2, or you can use -4 as well. So you can write students, 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 and then in parentheses you can write -4. Both of them will give you the exact same result. Both of them will be given the exact same result. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. There is nothing like -7. Okay, there's nothing like -7. There's nothing like +6. Okay, it just does not exist. It is just 0 to 5 and then -1 to -6 for this particular example. Okay, are you guys able to understand everything up till here? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand everything up till here? Please do let me know. Great. So let's just move on to the next particular part. Okay, so again, that is the reason why we call lists to be ordered. Okay, because there's an order. So whenever you declare a particular list, right over here, Sam, Pam, Rocky, Austin, Steve, Banner, we're declaring a list like that, then you know that Sam will be present at the 0th index. Pam will be present at the 1st index. Rocky will be present at the 2nd index. Austin at the 3rd. Steve at the 4, and Banner at the 5. Okay, so you know the exact order in which the elements are going to get placed. Okay, and that is the reason why lists are ordered in nature. Okay, lists are ordered in nature. Okay, the next particular thing that we have to look for right over here, you use the positive indexes to get the access by a normal like way itself, 0, 1 and 2. So that will give you Sam, Pam and Rocky. Okay, Sam, Pam and Rocky, as you are able to see, the first 3 elements. But if you want to get access to the last 3 elements, you don't know how many elements are there in the entire list, you want to get access to the last 3 elements, then you will be using the negative indexes because it's easier to use it that way. So you're having -1, that is the last element, -2, that is the second last element, -3, that is the third last element. So if I'm running this particular line of code, you are able to see that Banner, Steve and Austin is being printed on our screen. Okay, Banner, Steve and Austin is being printed on our screen. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Great. So let's continue it from right over here, guys. Okay. For example, if you are trying to access something like index 20, okay, of course it does not exist. You only have Sam, Pam, Rocky, Austin, Steve, and Banner. Index 20 does not exist. So if you're trying to run a line like this, you will just get an error saying index error, list index out of range. Okay, it basically gives you an error. You don't have any say in this. So please try to make sure that you keep this in mind as well. Okay. The next particular thing that we are going to look at is, in addition to accessing individual elements from a list, we can use Python slicing notation to access a subsequence of a list as well. For example, you are having this particular list, okay, Sam, Pam, Rocky, Austin, Steve, Banner, Tony, Bruce, Henry, Clark, and Diana. Now, if I don't want the entire list, okay, if I don't want the entire list right over here, if I just want this particular part, Steve, Banner, Tony, and Bruce, I just want this particular part of the list itself, you have something called as the Python slicing notation that you can use to do this. Okay, you can use Python slicing notation to be able to do this right over here. Let's try to understand it by an example, okay, so that it's easier for you to understand. Let's say that you are having a cake. Okay, let's say that a list exists in Python, arrays do not exist in Python. That is the basic difference between list and arrays. Okay, so right over here, if you are having a cake, let's say this is your cake right over here, and I'm a fan of chocolate cakes. Okay, let's assume that I'm a fan of chocolate cakes. That is not the case, but still. Okay, so let me just draw a very dirty quality cake right over here. Okay, so this is a very shitty cake that I've drawn. Okay, but I hope that you guys are able to understand that this looks like a cake almost. Okay, so and there's a chocolate. Okay, there's a piece of chocolate in the middle of the cake itself. Now I love chocolates. Okay, I love chocolates at the end of the day. So I want to get only this particular part of the cake itself. I don't want the entire cake. I don't want it from the start. I don't want from the end. I just want this particular part of the cake, and I want to eat that. So for doing that, I will take up a knife. Of course, I will take up a knife. Let's draw a knife right over here. Okay, this looks like a kaju katri rather than a knife. Okay, let me just draw something like this. Okay, this looks like a knife. It's look like a machete, but like it's fine. It will do the work for us. And then what we are going to do is we are going to make two cuts. Okay, the first cut I'm going to place it right over here, and the second cut I'm going to place it right over here. In this particular way, we will be able to get the piece of cake that we want. We will be able to get the piece of cake that we want right over here. Okay, so the same thing happens when it comes to a list as well. Let's say we are having a list. Let's make a list right over here. Sam, Pam, Rocky, AUSTI in Austin, STEVE Steve, BANNER Banner, Tony, BRUC Bruce, HENRY Henry, CLARK Clark, DIANA Diana. Okay, so we are having this entire list that you are able to see right over here. Okay, from my end, it's actually not buffering. Okay. I think so. The lag was just for a second or two, guys. You can handle that. Okay, there's nothing like too big of an issue right over there. If the lag is just for a second or two, you can just like ignore it. Okay, there's not a lot that is happening in just a second or two. Okay, so yeah, let's continue it from right over there. Okay, so you're having this particular list: Sam, Pam, Rocky, Austin, Steve, Banner, Tony, Bruce, Henry, Clark, and Diana. I want to get only this particular part of the list. Okay, I want from Steve to Bruce. So first, let us start by indexing all the elements. Okay. Panda Earth is saying, yes, scam hai, certificate nahi milne wala. Yes, if you're not coming to the classes live, if you're not filling up your attendance on time, if you're not submitting the project within the time frame that has been specified, of course, I'm not going to give you the certificate, because I need to make sure that the students who are getting the certificates have a value to the certificates as well. I am not going to give a certificate to someone shitty. And then the second part is that many of the students will not be patient. Okay, for example, for the Instagram bootcamp that happened right now, the deadline for submitting the project is 27th. How can I send the certificates before that itself? First, the deadline will hit, then we'll check all the projects. It will take us a week. Then we'll be sending out the certificates. Yes, Indian students are just way too like, what is the exact word? I'm not able to get it. Like, they want everything in their mouth directly. Like, they don't want to do any hard work. They don't want to do anything. They just like, "Hey, like, I am here. Okay, give me the certificate. I will go. Okay, bye." This is the kind of attitude that the Indian students have. And I really hate that. So I'm not going to give the certificates to them as well. For me, it's very simple. It's my boot camp. It's my choice. Yeah, hashtag me too. Okay, so let's start with, so I just want this particular like part of the entitled. Yes, that is the word I was looking for. Indian students are fucking entitled. That is the point that I was looking for. Yeah, and I'm also an Indian student, of course. So I'm also in that particular category itself, and then I'm saying this, that Indian students are entitled as fuck. So yeah, it has some kind of credibility to it as well. Okay, so let's continue. So we want just this particular part of the list. We don't want the entire list. Let's first start with indexing all the elements that are there. Okay, so we are having 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I've already indexed this as well. Okay, we are having the indexes, as you are able to see right over here. We want to take out from 4 to 7. Now when you're placing, so we have to make 2 cuts. Okay, we have to take out our knife and we have to place 2 cuts. The first cut you will be placing right over here, and the second cut you will be placing right over here, so that you are able to get this particular part of the list. Am I right, guys? Please let me know. Am I right, guys? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Okay, so now if I'm saying that, okay, if I'm placing this cut right over here, I am saying, like, this is the logical thing that I'm saying, that this cut belongs to the index 4. So where I have put this cut, this is between 3 and 4. So where I put this cut, so I put this cut at the index 4. Okay, that is what I'm saying. Similarly, if for this particular cut it was the next number, then for this cut as well it will be the next number, that is 8. So this cut is present at 8. Are you guys able to understand it? Please do let me know, guys. If I'm saying that this cut is present at the index 4, then this cut will be present at the index 8. As simple, it's logical. There is nothing too demanding about, there's no brain power that you have to involve right over here. It's just fucking logic. If I've said for first cut, it's the number to the right that it represents. Then for the next cut as well, it will be the number towards the right that it is going to represent. There's no, like, we are not going to do any partiality or any kind of racism or something with these cuts. They're just cuts and we'll treat them as that. Okay, so the first cut is present at the index 4 and the second cut is present at the index 8. Okay, now this is where we use the slicing operations. The name of this particular list is students. Okay, let's assume that the name is students. Okay, so students, students. Okay, and then we specify the 2 particular positions where we have put the cut. Okay, so right over here, the first cut it as index 4. Okay, that is where we have put up the first cut. The first number that we'll be putting is at 4, that is index 4. The second cut that I put up is at index 8. So I will put a colon and then 8 at the end. Okay, so you are having students 4 is to 8. That basically represents Steve, Banner, Tony, and Bruce. It represents this particular list itself. Okay, that is how you are easily able to create, okay, slicing operations. You can remember this as where the new list starts. Okay, where the new list starts and up till where do we want to go. Okay, not like up till. Okay, by up till, why do I mean by up till? That is, we are not going to include that number into the list. So that is up till where do you want to go. Okay, up till means that we are not going to include 8 into our list, but that is where we want to go, up till where we want to go. So this is up till where we want to go. Arey yaar, wapas Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. This is the easiest way that you will be able to understand it. Okay, this is the easiest way that you will be able to understand it. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Great, amazing. So we'll move on from right over here. Okay, we are going to look at into action as well. So for example, for this it's the exact same example. So we are going to go from 7 from 4 to 8. So this is something that we will be changing right over here, and we'll be running this particular line of code. Okay, so we have created a new particular like list called as Marvel that basically contains students 4 to 8. That is our Steve Banner, Tony and Bruce. Okay, Steve Banner, Tony and Bruce. Similarly, the same thing works on strings as well. Okay, this exact same thing works on strings as well. For example, you are having a string Barry, Barry. It also has the same indexing. Okay, you are having 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. If you are choosing, let's say 1:3, that is the slicing that I have to do, 1:3. So I will be placing one cut right over here and one cut right over here, that is at 1 and 3, and I'm able to get AR as my answer. So you are able to do like slicing on strings as well. Okay, you are able to do slicing on strings as well. Okay, so right over here, as you are able to see, when I'm running this particular line of code, you will be able to get Steve, Banner, Tony and Bruce, as well as you are able to get AR as the answer. You are able to get AR as the answer. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Ben Staines, sir, I know basics of Python. That's great. I also know like the entire machine learning, deep learning. I know NLP. I know how to deploy them. So I shouldn't be taking this boot camp, right? Because I know that. So why I'm teaching it right over here? Okay, we need to take up the weakest link of the bootcamp. Okay, this bootcamp is meant for everybody, not just for you. Okay, that's why it's free. Okay, it's not just for you, it's for everybody. In general, we consider nobody knows Python, nobody knows about programming in general. So we start from there so that everybody feels comfortable while learning a new thing. Okay, great. Okay, so let us move on from right over there. The next particular thing is, for example, if you are just mentioning one number, okay, if you are just mentioning one number right over here, that is 7, okay, and you are not mentioning anything else, you're not mentioning the second number itself, that means you want to start at 7 and you want to go up till the very end of the list itself. You want to start at 7 and you want to go up till the very end of the list itself. For example, if I'm running this right over here, you will be able to see we are starting from 7, that is Bruce, and we are going to go up till the very end of the bootcamp. So Bruce, Henry, Clark and Diana. Okay, so if you are not mentioning anything at the end, then it will take you to the end of the list. Similarly, the same goes on for strings as well. If you're not mentioning any secondary number, then it will take you to the end of the string. So ARRY, you start at the first index and you go up till the very end. So ARRY is the answer. The same thing happens if you're not specifying any first number. If you're not specifying any first number, in that particular case, it will start from the start of the list. Okay, it will start from the start of the list and will go up till 4. Okay, it will go up till index 4, not including index 4, guys. So you are going to start from the start of the list and go up till index 4. The same goes on with students right over here as well. Okay, so if I'm running this particular line of code, again, you will be able to see that we are starting from Sam, Pam, Rocky and Austin. Similarly, right over here as well, we are having BAR. We start from the start and we go up till 3. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Great. Next particular inbuilt function in Python that is of very important use to you guys at any point of time is the len function. Len, len function. Len function is also the full form of that particular function is the length function. What is the length of the list? What is the length of the string? Now, the length of a list is basically the number of elements that it contains. Okay, so right over here, you are having Sam, Pam, Rocky, Austin, Steve, Banner, Tony, Bruce, Henry, Clark, and Diana. So that is like 11 characters. Okay, I think so I have calculated it right. So there are 11 characters, 11 elements in this particular list. Okay, so the length of this particular list will be 11. Okay, the length of this particular list will be 11. Similarly, the length of a string is the number of elements that it contains. Okay, the number of characters that it contains. So BARRY, that is 5 characters. So the length of this particular string is 5. Okay, so let us look at this right now. Okay, let us look at this right now from an example point of view as well. Okay, so right over here, the length of student should be 11, that is the list, and the length of student, that is our Barry, should be 5. Okay, so let us run this, and as you are able to see, we are able to get 5 and 11 as our answers. We are able to get 5 and 11 as our answers. So that is how you calculate the length of a list and a string as well. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Great. So the next thing that we have to learn about is membership operators. Now, what do we mean by the term membership? Okay, you are a member of a club or you are not a member of a club. Okay, you are in a club or you are not in a club. Okay, so that is basically how you check membership of something. So right now we need to check the membership of the in and not in operators. Okay, in and not in operators. Now I'm fucking tired. Okay, so first I will be showing you the attendance for today's class. So let me just create that. The responses are open, send link, copy, QR, your code generator, link, download, cancel, download. Day 3, and then I will just forget about it. Okay, so let's continue with the class itself, guys. So right over here, like I said, in membership, you are having an in and a not in. You basically check whether you are a member of a particular club or you're not a member of a particular club. So right over here, for example, we are having this particular string. Okay, hello there. Okay, we are having this particular string that is hello there. Okay, you want to check her in greeting. Okay, we have this particular greeting as hello there. Okay, we are having her in greeting. Is her present in greeting or not? Okay, this is what you are asking right over here. You are having is her present in greeting or not, as simple as that. So let's check HEL. So no, HER. Yes, we are able to find her in greeting. So her is present in greeting. Okay, so if her is present in greeting, so her in greeting is a true statement. Okay, is her present in greeting? Yes, her is present in greeting, so this is a true statement. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Great. Similarly, you are having her not in greeting. So we have just checked that her is present in greeting. So her not in greeting is a false statement. Okay. Her not in greeting is a false statement. So if I'm running this, then we are getting true and false as our answer. Okay. Her is present in greeting. So yes, true. Her not in greeting. We know that her is present in greeting. So that is a false statement. Similarly, right over here, we are having the students array. If you guys remember the students in the array, Sam, Pam, Rocky, Austin, Steve, Banner, Tony, Bruce, Henry, Clark, and Diana. That is our students list itself right over here. Okay. And as you are able to see, right, if we are, is shape AI present in students? Sam, Pam, or we don't have shape AI present in students itself. So shape AI in students is a false statement, whereas shape AI not in students is a true statement. So shape AI is not present in the students itself. Okay. So if I'm running this particular line of code, you are able to see that we are able to get false and true as our answer. False and true as our answer. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Great. Okay. The next particular thing that we have to learn about is mutability. Okay. So what do you mean by mutate? Okay. So when something mutates, okay, it changes, it modifies itself. It's like mutants or inhumans in your X-Men and Marvel comics. Okay, if you guys are interested or you guys are familiar with that, so these are basically your Inhumans or your Marvel X-Men that are there. These are called as mutants because their genes were modified. So something that can be modified is called as mutable. Okay, something that can be modified is called as mutable, and something that cannot be modified is called as immutable. Why false and true, not 0 and 1? Because Gotham, we have already discussed it up in the day 2 when we were dealing with Boolean data type. In Boolean data type, if you remember, I've already told you guys, zeros and ones is something that you learn in physics. This is not physics, this is Python. It has its own set of rules. Here we treat it as true and false. Okay, we've already studied Boolean data type, so I won't be wasting any more time on like bring that back. Okay. There's a big difference between modified and change. Okay, for example, I can just remove something and replace it by something else, so that is called as change. Okay, so for example, this is a bottle that I'm having in my hand. I'm just taking this bottle away and I'm changing it by this particular bottle. So I've changed it, I've replaced it. But modifying something means, for example, you are having this Naruto figure. Okay, you're having this Naruto figure. Now I'm not replacing it, I'm not changing it of any sort. I'm just taking his like entire butt off from the ground itself. Now I don't have this at the bottom. I just have the Naruto figure in my hand. So that is modification. I just modified it. I have not changed it, I've just modified it. Okay, so there's a big difference between modification and change. Okay, so please remember, we are talking about modification, not change. Okay. Okay, so let's continue from right over there. Right over here, for example, in our students list. Okay, this is the students list. Again, the same list: Sam, Pam, Mocky, Roston, Steve, Banner, Tony, Bruce, Henry, Clark, Diana. Okay, this exact same. The next particular thing that we are doing is students 2. So we want to replace Rocky by Ben. Okay, we want to change, we want to modify Rocky by Ben right over here. So we can just write students 2, that is the element present at the students 2, now is Ben. Okay, now why is this a modification? Because here you are looking at a list. Okay, the body of the list is the entire list itself. These are just some parts of the list. Okay, these are some parts inside the list itself. So changing that, okay, or modifying, so changing a element from the list is modifying the entire list. Okay, it's not changing the list. Okay, it is you're changing just an element. It's modifying the entire list itself. Okay, so if I'm running this particular line of code, you will be able to see that now Rocky has been replaced by Ben. Okay, Rocky has been replaced by Ben. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Okay, great. So here you have modified the list. So as you are able to modify the list, so lists are mutable in nature, guys. Okay, lists are mutable in nature, whereas you cannot do the same thing with strings. Okay, you cannot write student1 is equals to e. You cannot modify a string itself. So if you are trying to run this, you will get an error because strings are not modified. Like, you cannot modify it, you cannot mutate it. These are immutable in nature. You can replace the entire string. Instead of doing this, if you want to change it to berry, you can replace the entire string. So student is equals to BERRY. Okay, you can do this. Okay, you can just completely change it. Okay, you can change it, but you cannot modify it. As you are able to see, this will work. There's no issues in this. This will work totally fine, but you cannot modify it. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Kiran Sharma, I will definitely agree with that. Black Clover is one of the best animes that I've ever seen. I'm currently following at it as well, the Lucifer and all those kind of stuff, but like, it's amazing. Okay, great. So now that you have learned about mutability as well, the next particular thing that we need to work upon is all these functions: the len function, the max function, the min function, the sorted function. But before doing that, I will show you the attendance. The attendance will be on my screen for the next 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can note down the time, whatever you want to do. I've already shown you the attendance for today's class. We'll continue it from right over here. Okay, so len returns how many elements does the list has. So we have already checked that as well. So len function, if you guys remember, we have checked, it returns the length of the list. Okay, max returns the greatest element of a list itself. Okay, max returns the greatest element of the list. Minimum returns the smallest element of the list, and sorted returns a copy of the list in order from the smallest to the largest, that is in the ascending order. Okay, so it returns a copy of the list in the ascending order, guys. So it is like as simple as that. Okay, it is as simple as that. Okay, I'm tired as fuck, but yeah, we'll just continue from right over here. Let's see. First, we need to understand how max and min basically works. Otherwise, you guys won't be able to understand a thing. First of all, we need to understand what is ASCII code. Okay, do you guys have any idea about ASCII code? ASCII. Do you have any idea about the ASCII code, guys? This is something that maybe you might have learned in your school or something like that. Okay, for those who don't know about ASCII codes, you just have to remember it. Okay, there's no getting around it. ASCII table. Okay, you have to learn the entire table. You don't have any option right over there. Okay, this is the table, guys. Every particular number, every particular letter, every particular stuff has a particular number associated with it, an ASCII code associated with it. For example, 0 to 9. Okay, so 0 has the ASCII code of 48. 9 has the ASCII code of 57. Similarly to that, capital A has an ASCII code of 65, and capital Z has an ASCII code of 90. Along with that, you are having the small a has an ASCII code of 97, and small z has an ASCII code of 122. Okay, if you guys don't know this, you can just search for it, ASCII table, ASCII table. Okay, and you will have to remember this. There's no getting around, there's no understanding or any kind of stuff in this. This exists. You have to learn it, you have to memorize it. There's no other way of going about it. Okay, so once you have done that, let's assume that you now remember the ASCII table itself. Then let's come back to our main question. For example, if I'm having a list of letters, okay, I'm having A, B, Z, D, E, and I want to arrange, okay, I want to get the maximum of this particular list. I want to get the max of this particular list itself. Okay, so what should I do? Okay, I want to get the maximum of this particular list. So what will be the maximum from this list itself? So represent all these as their ASCII values. Whatever their ASCII values is, like just represent them as their ASCII values itself. Do not think them of characters. Think them of the ASCII values. For example, for A, small a, you are having 97, 98. So let's take up 97, 98. For Z, you are having 122. So we'll be taking 122 right over here. For D and E, we'll be having a value of 100 and 101. So 100 and 101. So what is the maximum out of these ASCII values? The maximum is 122. So the answer would be Z. The max of this particular list is Z. Similarly, the minimum of this particular list is 97, that is A. So that is the minimum of this particular list itself. But what if we are not just having some characters? Okay, what if we are having the entire name itself? Let's say Sam. Okay, let's say this is a particular list. Sam, Pam, Rocky, USTIN Austin, Steve. Okay, so let's take this as the question. Now we need to find the maximum of this particular list. Now, first of all, we'll be writing for the first letter, only the first letter itself. We'll be selecting the ASCII values of the first letter. Let us take that into account. So these are the first letters. It's S. This is also a small s. Let's consider that S, P, R, A, and S. Let us find the ASCII values for them. Okay, for S, the ASCII value that exists is 115. So the ASCII value for this is 115, as well as the ASCII value for this is also 115 right over here. The ASCII value for A is 96 or 97, I guess 97. Okay, the ASCII value for P and R. Okay, let's find the ASCII value for P and R is 112 and 114. So let's have it as 112 and 114. Now in this, the highest that we are able to get is S. Okay, the highest that we are able to get is S. So 115 and 115. But we are having two S right over here. Which one to select? Okay. Again, if there are two words that are having starting the exact same letter, look at the next particular word. Okay, look at the next particular letter itself. It's A right over here that is having an ASCII value of 97, and you are having a T right over here that has an ASCII value of 116. Okay, so again 116 is greater than 97. So Steve is the maximum element. Okay, it's the maximum element. The minimum element is of course A, that is 97. So this will be the minimum right over here. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Great. So just remember that if you are not able to, if there are just letters or words right over here and you want to find the maximum, minimum, or you want to sort it, use the ASCII table. Okay, ASCII table basics, at least for numbers, for small letters and for capital letters, the range you should be remembering it at all times. Okay, that is something that you just have to memorize. There's no other getting around it. Okay. So now that we have done that as well, let us look at the next particular part. So the second thing is, of course, a list can contain multiple data types as well. You can have a list of integers, bool, strings, floats in the same list. Okay, but on these lists, you cannot use functions like max, min, sorted. You cannot use these functions, the methods on lists that have multiple data types. If you want to use max, min, or sorted, the list should be of a same data type itself. Okay, for example, a list of strings, a list of integers, a list of floats. It cannot be like mixed up at any point of time. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Great. Okay. Just two more things and this is over. The next particular thing is the join function. For example, you are having a list of strings right over here. Okay, you are having a list of strings. So Jack, old, lantern, this is a list of string right over here. You can use the join function on it and it will join it by whatever you write by the separator. For example, the separator is a hyphen. If I'm running this, then all the items that are present, all the elements that are present inside of the list will be joined together using that separator. So that separator will act like a glue. Okay, that separator will act like a glue right over there. Okay, you are having okay, so you will be using the separator to join the elements that are present in the list itself. Okay, so as you are able to see, jack hyphen o hyphen lantern. Maybe I don't want any separator, maybe I just want to attach them together. I will just remove this and run this once again. Hey Surya Nair, I'll make sure that you are not able to get the certificate. Okay, if anybody is sharing the time of the attendance or something like that, I will make sure that that particular person is not getting the certificate itself at any point of time. Okay, I'll make sure about that. Do not be a fucking baboon or something like that. Okay, be a bit selfish. These guys are not coming to the class, they are not attending the class at all, and they are searching for attendance. Are you an idiot? You are attending the class, you are going to get the certificate, your certificate will have value. But if these guys are also getting the certificates or not attending the class itself, your certificate will have no value because it is being given to everybody and because it is your fault. Okay, so please make sure that you're not being a dick. At least be a bit smart than this, yeah. Like, how dumb can you be? So right over here, if I'm replacing the separator with nothing, then it will just attach it with nothing itself. If I'm having a space, it will attach it with space. If I want to put some string in between it, I can just like type something and it will attach all the things with the same itself. As you are able to see right over here, jack, blah, 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 oh, blah, 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 lantern. Idiots, just idiots. Okay, great. The next particular thing that is there is the append function. So if you want to add a particular element to the list at the end itself, you can use the append function. For example, right over here, you are having a list of A, B, C, D. Okay, as you're able to see right over here. At the end, you can just, if you want to append like a new element that is E, you can use letters, that is the name of the list, dot append method, and then whatever element that you want to append at the end. So if we are running this particular line of code, you will be able to see A, B, C, D and E. Okay, you will be able to see A, B, C, D and E. So I've appended E at the end of the list itself. You have appended the element at the end of the list itself. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Wow. Great. So please remember this. Okay, try to make sure that you are able to understand all of these things. Also, guys, please don't be idiots. Okay. See, if you're sharing the attendance link with others, I have no issues in that. At the end of the day, when you are putting the certificate in your resume, nobody will care about it because everybody is getting it. So it will have no value, no respect. It is equivalent to not even attending this boot camp at all. Okay, that is the amount of like weightage that certificate will be having in your resume if you're sharing it with everybody. I don't want that for you guys. We're conducting these boot camps, sending these certificates off so that when you are going to the interviews, when you are putting these certificates in your resume, it has some value associated with it. If you guys are not able to understand such a basic stuff as well, then I think so it's better off that you are not attending these boot camps. Okay, even like it's much more better that I'm not conducting these boot camps because at the end of the day, I'm not being able to add some value to your life. If I'm not able to do that by conducting these boot camps, it's better off that I'm not even doing it. Because what's the point? Like, these certificates have no value. Whatever you are learning in these boot camps, you can learn it somewhere else as well. So if I'm not able to add any value because of idiots like them, then it's fine. Like, let's end up the boot camps. Let's not conduct these boot camps any further. And you guys can enjoy, get certificates from somewhere else. Make sure that whatever you do, see, in life, sometimes it's important for you guys to be selfish. Okay, you are in a rat race. All these people who are there in the live chat, these are your competitors. They are going to compete for the exact same position that you are going to apply for in every single company. These are your competitors. Are you really want to help your competitors right now at this stage where your job is going to define the rest of your life? What type of girl that you end up with, what type of guy that you end up with, what type of house that you own, what type of car that you drive, what type of house that you are able to give to your parents as well. You are in a competition. If you're not able to understand that, you're not mature. You're a kid. Grew up a bit. Okay? Okay. So my parents are rich. That's great. Then why are you in this boot camp? Go waste their money, na. And the best feeling in this entire world is to be able to spend your own money, your own hard-earned money. So the first, like massive salary that I got, okay, I gifted my parents, both of my parents, the latest iPhone and the Apple Watches. I was still using the OnePlus 7T that I got when I entered into the college itself. I was still using it. I never replaced it. I still, right now, the camera that I'm currently using is the exact same phone. I've never replaced it. But the first salary that I got them like the latest iPhones and the Apple Watches that were there. The feeling of being able to do something for your parents by your own merit is something that you cannot achieve at any point of time. Yes, you can be a rich, spoiled kid, waste your parents' money, whatever they have achieved, you are able to spend it. At the end of the day, when you are able to do the exact same thing on your own money, you will feel a lot more prouder as well. Okay. So always make sure that, see, money is everything at the end of the day. So like I said, I'm not a YouTuber or any sort. I don't want to be a YouTuber as well. My major concern is when I was in college, there was nobody to actually tell me that, okay, this is how the world works. I was in my own dream life that, अरे Google तो भाई अपना भाई निकालेगा. And then I came to with the hit of a reality that, okay, almost every single year, 20 million people are going to apply for the exact same position that I'm going to be applying for. And they're going to select only 100 or 150 out of them. Money is everything. If you are getting a job that is going to pay you 3 lakh rupees a year, and the difference of the same job that is going to pay you 3 lakh rupees a month is going to be a make and break in your career. If you are entering into a job that is paying you 3 lakh rupees a year, you'll be spending the next 20 years of your life rubbing your butt off in the office every single day from 9 to 5, 9 to 9, 9 to 10, trying to make your life better. And if you are earning 3 lakh rupees a month, you will be able to get a good house, a decent car, a good bike, a good wife. And people at these companies are amazing. You will be able to make great friends as well. What kind of life that you deserve, that's something that you have to write it with your own hands. There's nothing written already. And even if it was written, the amount of hard work, the amount of sheer will that you put into it, you can change it. So try to be a little bit more adaptive, a little bit more knowledgeable, and a bit more mature. Okay. Okay. So like I said, my job is to make sure that you guys stay on track, even if yeah, I curse a lot being from college itself. That too, I lived in a particular college that was very far away from the girls' hostel. So for us, cursing is something that comes as a second nature to me. And I also know that you guys are also from college, man. Don't tell me that you don't curse. Okay. I never intended to be for someone particular. It's usually like the style of how I talk usually. So it's fine. Like, I don't really care about it. If somebody gets offended by it, like, dude, grow the fuck up. Like, what the fuck is happening with you? You're getting offended by a particular person who is not even pointing it to you. Like it's just randomly shouting some bad words and you are getting offended. Like you are Gen Z or something like that. Like you get offended by everything. See, the main point is learn as much as possible. You are having me, you are having other instructors on Discord, talk to them, learn as much as possible. My father used to tell me one thing, like fools don't learn from their experience. Okay, wise people learn from their own experience, but the wisest learn from others. You need to be the wisest. You have a lot of great people around you whom you can talk to, learn about their own failures, what mistakes they did, and try to avoid it. Instead of doing the exact same mistakes again and again, you are able to avoid like 20 mistakes at the same point. You are indeed growing faster than them. Try to be wise or the wisest. Don't be fools. Okay. Okay, so let's end the class right over here. बहुत ज़्यादा ज्ञान हो गया, ठीक है आज की क्लास के लिए. And yeah, we'll meet tomorrow once again at 7:30 itself. And we'll continue from right over there. Lists is over. Tomorrow we are going to start off with NumPy. So be ready for that. Okay, it will be very simple. And yeah, we'll be having a lot of time as well to be able to do it. Okay. Okay. So thank you so much, guys. We'll meet tomorrow. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I'll just end the class right over here. My health is also not feeling good.